Hey, all right. I'm borrowing somebody else's SIM card because I forgot the memory card out of my phone. Or my camera. Say hi, everybody. Give me your...
Hi.
What's your name? Internet names if you want.
Enjoy your toolbar. No.
This is Calvin the Destroyer.
Calvin the Destroyer?
Check him out his channel because he's letting me borrow his SIM card, so yay.
You just call me Noah, I guess. It's whatever.
I'm Rob, also known as Pumpkin Patch. I have a fanfic on FemFiction if you want to read it.
I'm gonna read it today, maybe.
I'm Russ.
Tomorrow.
I'm Russ. Maud Louth. MAUDLOUTH. Not a lot of people know how to spell it, and I make PMVs.
Awesome. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, people. So we just saw Rainbow Rocks. That's Gerf. We just saw Rainbow Rocks, and it was. I'm ashamed to say it. I'm ashamed to say it, especially after how I reacted to the trailer. But I actually really enjoyed it. Everybody else, you all liked it too? Yay!
Yeah.
It rocks.
Hilarious. Diaples.
Comes in the greatest way.
Oh, it was the best. There was a collective gasp in the theater when Maud appears because all of a sudden. Okay. Well, now you spoiled it that she does appear. Oh, it was so good though.
Tell them a bunch of false things about the movie, about the dinosaurs, and then when the UFOs came down.
Yeah, there was a bit with strange, unexplained objects in the sky.
Oh, and then they had to battle Doomsday from Superman. Yeah.
And then Death Clock came in and they had to battle to the death.
Snape kills Dumbledore.
What?
You're not supposed to.
Are you what?
The boat thing.
How dare you?
And
Darth Vader is Luke's father.
oh, and Bruce Willis was dead the whole time.
Well, just spoil everything for me. Jesus. So we came in to get Mexican. I don't know any of these people, but now I do because we're friends now. That's the magic of friendship. They name dropped that a couple times, which was hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That was the best one. Does it?
Oh, yeah. They're just dead silence.
Spoilers. I'm gonna have to edit that out.
No, they can deal with it.
You have to bleep it.
You can deal with it, people.
You can just believe it.
Believe it.
We'll bleep it. So, anybody else have anything they want to say? No. Nobody else wants to talk. Everyone's camera shy now. If I had it with me, I'd enlist you all, but we've got hearts. Well, it was for a travel montage, so it made sense.
Really?
Yeah, that's a really old phone.
He's got the oldest phone in existence.
Yes.
He's got
Motorola W370.
this is the phone that Twilight would have.
Vintage.
Vintage.
He had that phone before it was cool.
Right.
Yes.
What is
Yes,
that
I
book
did.
called?
Rob, you need to do your impression of the guy from Antiques Roadshow and describe
What you just said again. What's going on today?
Oh, it's my school's homecoming today.
But where would you rather be?
Oh, definitely here. Any day of the week.
Watching Rainbow Rocks and eating Mexican food. Yum.
With these guys who are arguably more friends than anyone else.
Yes.
Smart man. Okay, well, we had a lovely Mexican lunch and a lovely discussion. How dare you, sir?
they have
I don't know what you're talking
They had
about.
cheesecake. I shouldn't have even eaten anything before. I was planning to go out to dinner with a friend.
You should invite the friend over to all the bronies.
Oh, she doesn't like it. Plus, she was working this morning. Classic. So that's about it. I'm gonna do my afterthoughts at home about the movie. In the usual
I
spot.
think your battery, is that your battery light?
The red one?
Yeah.
No, that's recording.
No, I mean that one on top.
Oh no, that means it also means it's recording.
What's that countdown timer?
That's
Why is it ticking?
that's. It's a bomb. Okay, so we're this is about it. So I'm gonna do my afterthoughts at home and say bye, everybody. Say
Maud Louth PMVs.
say goodnight, Pinky.
Good night, Pinky.
Thank you.
Maud Louth PMVs, I say again. I only have 30 subscribers.
All right, so here I am back at headquarters. So that was just I was all out and about. Here's my personal thoughts on the movie. Spoiler warning: everything after this point, huge spoilers. So, bang! Okay, the movie. I'm ashamed to admit it. I'm ashamed to admit it because of the rap that EQG gets, but I loved it. I effing loved this movie. As I mean, you saw my reaction to the original trailer. I mean, if you saw it, where I was just like, no. I don't know why they chose that as the original trailer, because that was crap. That was absolute awful. That was all the worst bits. It's like the movie was great if you can look past the basic fact that it's Equestria Girls. If they had been ponies, this would have been like the best thing ever. But the fact that they're all humans in high school, is freaking stupid as hell. So if you can look past that, then yeah, this is freaking phenomenal. And so like the original trailer was just showing them like with them playing music and just it was just shake your tail for a minute straight. Shake your tail, and then and with them transforming with the ears and the tail, which I still think is freaking retarded. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to use that word, but it was stupid. Just awful. So the original, so you saw my trailer, but what I did say is that the original Equestria Girls, it's a stupid cash grab by Hasbro, but DHX actually did what they could with it and made it not terrible. And that's what I said in that reaction, but that's what I said about the first one, is that it ended up being not terrible. It's not good, but it's not the end of the apocalyptic vision of the ninth circle of hell that it's sometimes made out to be. So this was EQG done right. The first one, they had to pull like an origin story, like here was how we get to the human world, and now I have to adjust, and I'm a fish out of water, and I have to keep it a secret from all my alternate version friends. And then all of like the call outs to Fanon and the bronies and the Fanon were all really kind of shoehorned in. They didn't feel natural. They felt bad. But in this one, they did it right. They didn't have to worry about playing up an origin story. But I mean, they did have like a little bit of recap exposition at the beginning, like oh yeah, like that, like when Sunset Shimmer did that bad thing. Yeah, I turned in. Oh, phone. Damn it. Like oh, okay. She's like, oh yeah, when Sunset Shimmer did that bad thing, I turned into a raging she-demon. You can say it. So they had a little bit of that, but they didn't have to worry about the whole origin story bullcrap, and so they got right into it. In fact, the first thing we see is the three villains, who I really like. They're not. It's not like they don't. They're just straight up evil. They're not like, oh, we're misguided or we've been corrupted by the nightmare or whatever. They're just straight up bitches. They're evil bitches. They're spoiler, they're sirens, which is what everybody was calling anyway, because they got that hypnotic singing thing going on in the trailers. But they're sirens, and they actually look really cool. Their siren forms look really cool. They actually, I heard, I wasn't the only one who whispered in the theater was, they're freaking sea ponies. It's the goddamn sea ponies. I was waiting for one of their songs to go shoop doop shoop shoopy doop, which would have been an amazing callback to G1. So they were really cool, and they reminded me of they had a Powerpuff Girls vibe to them. There was the three of them. You had the competent ginger leader, who keeps the other two in line, as the smart one. You had the snarky, jerky, cool one. I don't remember their freaking names. One of them is Aria, one's Adagio, and one of them is Sonata, I think. I don't remember which is which though. I think Aria is the third one, is the ditzy one, the Bubbles. You got the ginger leader, Bubbles, which I think is Adagio Dazzle, and then I think Sonata is the dark-haired, snarky one, the tough one, and then the ditzy one is the Bubbles, who's she's a ditz. The best one, my favorite, is the second one is Buttercup, because she's voiced by Mary Kay What's-Her-Face, the voice of Gilda. So I couldn't resist. She's my Gilda. She's my Gilda. My Gilda! Yay! My waifu. Being all tsundere on me. That was from BronyCon. Which I'm still working on. And by the way, nobody wanted to sing for me. Ah! Jerks. But anyway, so I get back to, so it starts off, the very first scene, even before the credits, is them. Which is one of the preview clips that you'd already seen, where they're at the restaurant and then they see the magic in the distance. So that's cool, is that it starts off with them. They're not just like doofy strawmen or just like no-name crappy characters. They actually are a legitimate threat. I'm fiddling with the... Sorry, stop that. I'm fiddling with the tripod. I got a tripod because I got a new camcorder before BronyCon, so I'm not using my webcam up on the TV like I used to. I got a camcorder here. That's why the angle's different. I was poking at the tripod with my foot. So that they're actually like a legitimate threat because they don't pull a Tyrek. They they're sirens. So they use hypnosis. They use mind control. They actually, it's very Discord-esque because they, speaking of Tyrek, boop, boop, boop. They pull out they cause discord. They cause conflict in people. They cause everybody to fight. And they feed on the bad vibes that are going around. So and in fact, there's a scene at the climax when the main six and Sunset are all trapped down in a like a basement. They're locked in a room. Which, by the way, who is making all these doors in all these shows and movies that lock from the outside? What the hell? So they're locked in a room and they're all fighting, and it felt very much like Return of Harmony. When they're all like discorded. So yeah, the sirens are a legitimate threat because it's not their own like strength; it's the fact that they turn everybody against each other. So that's really cool. And on the topic of Sunset, I actually like Sunset Shimmer. I know some people don't. I know a lot of people don't. But she actually, after being reformed, she's actually not bad. Although I wish she would lose the stupid leather jacket because it just looks out of place everywhere. I mean, for being a crappy, like, badass, faux badass villain, I can see there being her wearing a leather jacket because it's like, oh, I'm the bad guy, I'm wearing a leather jacket. But now that she's like one of the good guys, she's like the leader of the good guys. I say. It just looks out of place. She looks weird with it, especially like I was when she there's a group hug and like they're all wearing like their dresses and stuff, and she's just in the middle there in her leather jacket, and it looks so out of place. But I could see they bring back Twilight. They pull some MacGuffin Deus Ex bullshit where they're actually a funny bit because they realize that there's a problem. They instead of like being clueless right off the bat, as soon as the girls come into the school, Sunset was supposed to be the one to give them a tour because the villains they came to the school. They sensed there was magic, so they came to the school to drain it to restore their own magic because they had been banished from Equestria. Which, by the way, Princess Celestia, you need to find a better way to deal with this crap. Just like banishing villains to another world without checking first. Like, what if that's like free magic MacGuffin of power, like Ultimate Weapon world? What if that's a world where there's no defenses, where they can't defend themselves from bad guys? That's completely irresponsible of you to just be banishing your sending your garbage elsewhere without checking to see if it's a good idea first. So they come to the school and Sunset is supposed to be the one to give them a tour, and right off the bat she's like, "There's something off about these girls." So I like that they're not completely clueless. And so it gets into it right away. The girls, the villains, they come and they turn everybody against each other in the main six and the main seven, plus Spike. Who Spike is pretty much superfluous in this one. very much superfluous. They're all unaffected, and so they're like, okay, we gotta solve this. They right off the bat they get into it. Where was I going with this? Oh, so they're like, oh, well, we need to contact Twilight because she's the magic expert, and we've got this residual like ear and tail transformation going on, but we can't do anything about evil magic creatures, evil magic people. Otherwise, so we need Twilight here. And conveniently enough, Sunset has a way of IMing Twilight. She's got a book that she got from Celestia back when she was her student. It's if you've ever read the webcomic Earthworld, the iBooks, it's exactly that. When anything Sunset writes in her book goes to appears in the corresponding book that Celestia has, so they can IM each other. And the first time we see it working is it's actually in a load of it's when we go back to Equestria and see the ponies. They're setting up the Crystal Castle, and they're getting Twilight's getting a shipment of books for the library, and the one on the top is glowing and vibrating like a cell phone, which is pretty funny. And so she intercepts. She's like, "Oh well, I guess I gotta go." And so she rigs up some bullshit where it looks sort of like the Time Machine from the original Time Machine, the H.G. Wells Time Machine. So she rigs up. She hooks up, she makes some science contraption, hooks up to the mirror portal, and the book, and bibbidi bobbidi boo, she can activate the portal whenever she wants now. So that's convenient. So now they can travel back and forth whenever. Setting up for a series, perhaps. And that also on that the ending teaser, but I'll get to that. I'll get to that. And so she goes and they are, she goes and they do their stupid stuff. And so once Twilight shows up, Sunset is mostly superfluous as well, which is kind of annoying. I kind of hoped that what they would do, I kind of like the idea of that you've got the two separate worlds. Both of the worlds have 5 of the main 6. On Pony World, you got Twilight. I was kind of hoping that you would have, if they are going to deviate this and make this a whole thing, and it's not just like 2 movies, which they're not, which ending teaser I will get to. If they make this the Equestria Girls an ongoing thing, like people have suggested, maybe it's going to be a series. I would hope that they don't have, because it felt like too much when you had Sunset and Twilight together, especially since as everyone knows, their names. I can't pronounce her damn name. Sunset, Shimmer. Sunset, Twilight, Shimmer, Sparkle. She's the Negaverse Twilight. So it kind of seemed like they could just have that could be the Equestria Girls' main 6. The 5 plus Sunset, without Twilight, and then Ponies is Twilight with no Sunset. But now they can go back and forth whenever they want, so whatever. So Sunset she had a couple of parts where it was important, like they're trying to keep it secret from the Sirens that they have their magic. The Sirens know they got magic, but they want to keep their trump card, I guess, a secret. I guess that doesn't make too much sense. So they don't want to show off their tails and ears yet, and so when Rainbow starts jamming out to too much, showing off too much, Sunset tackles her, and there's a whole stupid miscommunication, like, "You're just jealous of me. I'm just trying to help." That kind of bullshit. And so, and then she has the big clincher for the final battle. Sunset does, which, by the way, the final battle is goddamn amazing. I mean, it's. I would say it's. I don't know if I'd say it's as amazing as the Tyrek fight. Tyrek, boop boop. It's not DBZ levels of, because you saw my reaction to the Tyrek fight. It was like, oh my god! But So I didn't do that, but then again, I was also in a theater, so I had to contain myself. But it was pretty awesome. It was like, it was obviously it was the final round in the Battle of the Bands, and so the Dazzlings. That's what the Sirens call their group, the Dazzlings, are up on stage and they're singing and they're like and they're going for their killing blow where they're taking everybody over, and they get their like little finny wings, wingy fins, because they're sirens. They're like seahorse type of things, or actually more like hippocampuses. They're sea ponies. And they're glowing, and then they're like spectral, like sirens come out and are flying around, and they are incredibly badass. They're really cool. And then up on the hill, like out behind like the bleachers, you got the heroes come up and with their instruments, and the wind's blowing, and like it's dark and it's like thundering, and it's very very like metal music video. It's very badass. The music actually gets kind of metal too. Now I'm not going to say brutal. I'm not going to say very metal. It kind of gets a little bit metal. But so then and they're like, well, how are we going to play over them? And Vinyl saves the day because she's the one who lets them out of the room because like all the shorts that the shorts that they had been releasing, they aren't part of the movie. Well, there's a couple of previews, but like the Vinyl one where she's jamming down the street, those aren't part of the movie, but they are like supplemental. And so like like you can see at one point they're at the sugar at the cafe. I guess that's Sugar Cube Corner. I guess it's Sugar Cube Corner. But they're at the cafe and they're talking, and you can see Vinyl go up to the counter in the background, like from the short. So that's kind of cool. That was happening to the left of the movie. And so because she's the only one who's not the other one who's not under the siren spell, because she always has her headphones on, which is, I think, clever as hell. So she lets them out, and then they're like, well, how are we going to play over them? And she strolls up in her badass, like, crazy sports car, which then transforms into a giant, like, sound system with turntables and giant speakers. It's her bass cannon. It's a goddamn bass cannon. They missed an opportunity to use a transformer noise. When it did it, because it is Hasbro, but so then they're playing, and it's like back and forth between the two, and the sirens have got their spectral seahorse creatures flying around, and then the heroes are like shooting out sound waves and lasers and stuff. It's very Tenacious D or Death Clock or even Scott Pilgrim. It was very very sweet. It was very cool. It was pretty. And then like the very final like strike of the heroes is like this crazy like giant it's like there's this like glowing ball with these like feathery wings unfurl, and looked very Madoka Magica. That's what I thought of anyway. And then it's like a giant Pegasus in the sky, like made out of clouds and light, and like shoots a laser beam down at them. And when it starts like raising its head, I thought of the TriStar Movies logo, like doo doo doo. And then it's and so then so they save the day and everything. It's very cool. They kind of what am I even saying? What else I want to talk about? So the all the little fan bits were like all the like I said before, the first one, it didn't do call outs very well. This one addressed the canon, the fanon, and the fans themselves very well. Like they had every time they with Vinyl, it was I've got sunlight coming through. I know I've got a problem with light sometimes. I know how dark it is. Well, whatever. So look how dark it is. I don't like it. Whatever. So they address it like with Vinyl. It wasn't like what they've done before when they address fan stuff, where it's just like, hey, look, it's a fan thing. Hey, look, it's derpy. This was like, okay, this made sense. This was something that made sense in context. It was done well. There was a bit they had Maud in there, fan favorite Maud, and that was. I mean, it wasn't like it was a necessary scene, but it was just done so well. They're at a. There's a scene where they're all having a sleepover at Pinky's house, and Pinky's entire refrigerator is filled with whipped cream entirely, and they comment on this. Sunset comments on this. And I'm thinking like whipped cream, Pinky, you kinky animal. Let's see, it even rhymes. Kinky Pinky. So Sunset and Twilight are having their heart to heart moment at night in the dark in the kitchen, and I'm just thinking, kiss already. And Sunset closes the refrigerator, and all of a sudden Maud is just standing there, and there was a collective gasp of delight in the theater. There was just a huge, and she's just standing there like staring, and she holds up Boulder, and Boulder was hungry, and she takes a box of like crackers out of the cabinet and is just pouring crackers on Boulder, and then walks off. It was phenomenal. It was so Maud. That's so Maud. And then they had a little bit of everybody. They even had Snips and Snails in there. Unfortunately, they had CMC. Oh, the CMC work when they competed. They were wearing their outfits, their glam rock costumes. It was great. Although actually only Apple Bloom talks. The other two don't. They're bad. Instead of being called the Crusaders, they should have been called Electric Scootaloo. I can't. Derpy appears a few times. Her group is like her and two other goons that you don't know, and one of them playing the triangle, one of them playing I forget what other thing, and then Derpy's playing the musical Saw. It's pretty cool. And Trixie's group is her and two generic characters, Trixie and the Illusions, which made me think of Gem and the Holograms. So Trixie is truly, and their song was only one line and just kept repeating over, or two lines and kept repeating over and over again. It's like, you can see I've got tricks up my sleeve, watch me dominate, 'cause I'm powerful and great. So Trixie was oh, Flash, that was something. I just made me think of, because at one point Flash is like, shut up, Trixie. Flash irritates me because he was, I mean, in the first one it was irritating because it was like the stupid, like, doofy, like, I'm the cool guy, I'm the love interest, I'm the waifu stealer, and he just was irritating. This one, the first couple times he's on screen, he's kind of like a goofy, love-struck, waifu stealing derp, and it's kind of cute, I guess, because he comes into the main six's band practice and is like, oh, is Twilight gonna be there? And they're like, no, she's gone forever. And he's just so love struck. But then after the sirens come around and start putting people in their trances, it's like he turns into a complete diaples. Like, he is such a dickweed, and he's irritating, and he's just I never cared for him, but he at least seemed like he was getting not quite so stupid, and then he turned into a giant jackass. So yeah. There was Lyra and Bon Bon were doing a piano duet. This is what my new friends from the movie that we were asking is that, what does human Lyra obsess over? My suggestion is that she obsesses over alligators, and so she's going to find a way to get to the alligator world, and then alligator Lyra is going to be obsessing over rock monsters, and then rock monster world Lyra obsesses over ponies or whatever. It's a whole thing. That's stupid. Okay, so I think this has gone on for, Jesus Christ, 27 and a half minutes I'm recording. Jeez. Okay, I'll just get to talk about the end thing, because I've been going on long enough. they have they marveled this bitch. They had an after credits teaser, which definitely teases a third movie. Because the whole thing is that you've got the pony main six in Equestria, and then Twilight travels the world, and there's the human main six on. They don't actually call it; they just refer to it as the world where my Canterlot High friends are. So we'll just call it Earth because that's a little mouthful. So you got the human ones, and there's no Twilight, so that's why she can just slip in because there's no human Twilight. Although in the first one they did ask, hey, don't you have a sister who lives? Do you have a twin sister who lives in the city? Implying that, hey, maybe there is one. The ending teasers at the end of the okay. There was another thing about the credits. The opening credits had some cool imagery where it was like silhouettes of them rocking out. The end credits had all this really good like concept art. I don't know if I call it concept art, but like just really good hand drawn stuff of the characters in their human forms, and they're really good. They are really adorable. Like Rarity and it looks all like inspired and busy, and Pinky is just like grinning like a maniac, and Fluttershy is got because they also have a couple of just other clips in the credits, and one of them has got Human Bulk Bicep, who is just a monster, helping Fluttershy get Angel down from a high place. Angel! No matter where you go, you can't escape this goddamn bunny. And so, like, Fluttershy with looking lovingly at Angel, and the art was really good. But anyway, so then after the end of the credits come, and then there's this like red squiggly lines, which kind of look like, I guess, like sound waves or whatever, start coming over to this, push out the credits and start reading, and then it flips around, and it's just like a seismograph or something, and a purple hand rips it off and tacks it up onto a board where there's all sorts of crap pinned up with strings all going to all like connecting to each other, like a crazy person conspiracy board, like one of those things, all connecting to a picture of Canterlot High, and it's human Twilight, and she's in like she's in like a lab coat with glasses and frazzled hair. She's a straight up like obsessed scientist, and she's like, Spike, everything points to something strange going on at this school, and then there's dog Spike in the background, and he barks. It's human Twilight. I can't. It's so awesome. It's everybody in the theater was just like had this collective like giddy glee like I just did like oh my god. It's so this teases there's gotta be a third one, and of course this also completely eliminates my idea of the being the two separate series, two separate continuities going on, one with Sunset and one with Twilight. Unless, what if the third one is around Twilight? Oh, what if human Twilight's the villain in the third one? Like, she's coming to investigate, and she's trying to get rid of magic or something. I don't know. Maybe she's so pro science that she can't let there be magic in the world, so she's trying to eliminate magic, and she wants to cut off the portal. Oh God! Oh, now I've worked myself into a frenzy. But yeah, it was fantastic. I loved it. It was just really really good. The first one, not terrible, but not good either. This one, just fantastic. As long as you can turn the part of your brain off that registers the fact that it's a blatant cash grab with humans in a high school. If you can't look past that, you're gonna have a bad time. But if you can, it's a great movie. 2 thumbs up, 2 hooves up. Would recommend. Would watch again, and I probably can. Actually, it's Saturday afternoon. It's probably already on YouTube. So yay, internet! So yeah, I recommend going and seeing it. If you can get a group of like-minded people, or even if you can't, you might find some bronies at the theater when you go and see it. That's probably why I enjoyed it so much, is because I went and saw it in a theater. With like-minded people. I didn't know any of the people there, but then afterward we were just sitting around the theater talking about it, and then we went to a restaurant and talked about it. So I made some new friends. I can't tell you any of their names off the top of my head, but that got recorded, so we'll see. So I apologize to all you folk. So yeah, if you go see it, go see it. So without further ado, go watch you some ponies. I can't end on that. I can't end on that. That's awful. That's awful. I got no idea for a big ending thing. Have a pinky. First cider of the season. Tastes good, man. Tastes real good. No, my cider!